Hi guys. I am here with a friend. Her name is Kat. Say hi, Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat.
So for this month's newsletter video, it's not really letter, but I actually wanted to bring my friend here who we're gonna hear more about her story, her own testimony of coming to Jesus and whatnot. But first, we're just gonna get to know her a little bit. Kat, question number one. What is your favorite coffee drink?
I'm actually particular about it.
Oh.
So I think my go-to is a caramel latte.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm having if it's raining outside and I'm going through it, I like a matcha with extra vanilla.
Oh, I did not know that about you.
Really?
So the next time you have a bad day, I should get you a matcha with vanilla.
Yeah.
Specifically when it's raining.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number two. Who are you in a social setting?
That one's also hard for me because it depends on the people. It depends on how long I've known the people in the room. If I've known the people for a while,
yeah,
and they've seen my weird side, then I'm a social butterfly. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm also an introvert, so I don't really get that.
Yeah.
I just am drained afterwards. But if I don't know people for very long, like in YoPro, I'm new to YoPro. Mm-hmm. I'm very quiet. I'm I don't really talk unless I'm spoken to.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I've only seen you as the life of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's cool. Okay, question number 3. What's your favorite color?
Brown. My favorite color is brown.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for playing this game. All right.
Thanks for having me.
That's so good. But to get into the story of your life and everything, can you tell us what was it like growing up for you before knowing Jesus?
I think I don't really remember up until I was 8, we would go to church every now and then, but it wasn't a consistent thing. And so I knew of God, not necessarily Jesus, I think. And so I think I knew that he was my friend and that he was there for me if I needed him. And it wasn't really much of a relationship to me, though. It just was if I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to God. And that's what that was like for me. Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
Then what was it like coming to college for you? What did life look like?
Yeah. College was very lonely for me.
Yeah.
I had no friends. But I also, I was 18 and I really liked this boy, and then we dated for almost 4 years. So that was my life. It wasn't religious or I had friends to go out with or things like that. It just was oh, I'm gonna go home and call my boyfriend, or I'm gonna go up to Washington and visit my boyfriend. Yeah, my life definitely evolved around him in my college time, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was really the central thing.
Yeah, but he had a female friend who was a Christian, and just seeing that made me desire God more.
Wow.
And so that was the breaking point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So, okay. How did we meet? What started this?
Yeah, we met a few times. My closest friend in college was a dancer, and she went to Resonate. And she always mentioned Resonate and Village and all of these things, but I didn't know it was all coordinated to, or
all
related.
The same thing?
Yeah. to Resonate, and that Resonate was a church. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that like she had this group outside of school that she hung out with and was connected with, and I never was invited, and so I just was like, okay, have fun. And then she invited me to a Halloween party in 2019, and that's when I met you the first time.
Yeah.
Yep. And Marissa was a lumberjack.
Yeah, I was.
I don't think I was anything. I was going through one of the breakups. Sorry. And then we met. And then we met another time at a Halloween party that she invited me to again, and I was staying with you guys actually, I think.
Yeah, it was. Oh shoot, was it 22?
I think so.
Halloween 22?
Yeah.
So yeah, a good 20, 21, 3 years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
God said try again.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, so this friend moved out of town and was coming back from visiting, and we invited her to the Halloween party, and she invited you. And she was spending the night, and so we looked at you like, do you want to spend the night too? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. What'd that lead to?
Yeah, they, like, I think Maggie started it. Maggie is one of our roommates, and she started having me pinky promise her. I was living out of my car.
Yeah.
And Maggie started making me pinky promise her that I would come back and sleep here, so, like, she knew I was safe, and you guys were, like, okay with me sleeping here, so. And then the last night, you guys, like, were all like, yeah, let's pinky promise. And so we all had our pinkies in, and then I think that same night you guys asked me to move in. And I was like, what? Yeah.
Dude,
it's very crazy.
Do you want to hear, like, my perspective of the whole thing
I
happening?
do.
So after that first night meeting you, wait, didn't we go to Goodwill to find a Halloween costume?
No.
Or
we went to Goodwill for the Christmas party.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That was later. Okay. Wow. Yeah, but after Halloween, I got together with the roommates, and I was like, guys, I feel like we really need to be praying for Kaat. And so it became a normal thing where all of us roommates would pray for you. And yeah.
That's so sweet.
And then it wasn't until, oh my goodness, it may have been after the Christmas party where we're like, hey, let's invite Kaat to live with us. And at that point, we noticed like you were leaning into God, you were like wanting to learn more, you've been coming to church with us, and other things like Village. And then, yeah, we're like,
it just was all coming together.
It all was coming. Plus, we didn't want you living out of your car anymore.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, but blessings.
Yeah,
so
praise God.
Amen. When was it that you feel like you got to experience salvation?
The following February.
Yeah.
At ResCon.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so typical. But
yeah. Also, if you don't know, ResCon is Resonate Conference. That's when our whole church body from all the different sites come together for a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of like throughout ResCon. Like God and I were very in touch in communication with each other, I felt like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just was really going through it mentally, and I was like, I don't want to be here, because there were so many outside things happening, and I just felt overwhelmed. And then I don't even remember what sermon it was or anything, but I just like started breaking down during the introduction for some reason. And then I grabbed my Bible, I left my phone because I was doing the voice memo thing, and then I just left.
Yeah.
And then I read, what is it? It's Psalm 37, 12 through 22.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Why did that song kind of like hit you?
I kind of flipped it open, you know? I was like, okay, God, talk to me. And that's just what I landed on. And basically David was like asking God to like, oh shoot. protect him from his enemies,
Mm.
and then also was like repenting to God, and I just like, I'm a terrible person. I have so much I need to work on, and yeah, I think that was just my moment, and like breaking down obviously helps. So
yeah.
And then the next day I opened to Ezekiel, and it was like, you know, out with the old and with the new heart. Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was the one where I was like, yep, I'm in.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yep, I'm in. Oh, wow. Man. Well, what has life looked like since you started following God?
It's so chaotic.
Yeah.
Like, in a good way. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, even... it's so crazy. Because, like, I feel like God talks to me all the time. Which is great. You know, when I am being obedient. And, you know, sometimes we'll go through a conflict, and I've noticed this year, like, if I have a conflict with someone or something or whatever, I'll, like, comfort myself. And I think that comes from my childhood of, like, having to go to my room and just comfort myself. And I think recently I've started to learn, like, I really need to rely on the Lord. Because that's, yeah. Why would I not?
He's our comforter.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Man, that's so cool. Yeah, what are some other things, like, that God has been teaching you or even changing in you?
I feel like moving in here, I've gotten a lot of patience.
Just to clarify, we live with, it's like 5 or 6 girls here at a time, and yeah, we're a rambunctious bunch.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of patience. I was very short-tempered, and I think I do still have a bit of a temper, but I don't think it's as, like, fiery.
Yeah, what's it called? Your wick, your string, your fuse. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The fuse has grown longer.
Yeah.
And I've seen that in you. But also, I've seen you practice, like, checking assumptions first, more than, like, I remember earlier, how it was easier just to go to assumptions rather than checking them, but I've seen you grow in that, which is amazing. Yeah. See, I've got to see this girl grow so much.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. It is really crazy. Man. You're also loved.
You are loved.
You are loved. Man. What do you feel like you want to be growing in moving forward?
Everything.
Good list.
Yeah, I think most recently I've been very hooked on, like, God's will and, like, how to obey God properly, and I also realized, like, okay, God's will, maybe should glorify Him through that. So that was interesting to, like, have that recognized, because at Elevate I, like, was like, glorify God through, like, all the things, and then this year I'm like, God's will, and I was like, wait, it's not gonna go to God's will if I don't glorify Him. So, like, yeah, so I had to catch that, but hopefully I just, like, I think my hope is that I have all of these learning moments and that I just don't forget them, because I feel like pattern-wise, I'll remember something for a while, and then I'll forget it, and then I'll move on to something else, and then I'll forget it, and then it's not healthy.
Also, you're not alone. That's true for a lot of people. Sometimes it takes, like, revisiting that same thing.
Yeah.
A number of times to, like, it actually hits, it stays. That's just the part of sanctification that God puts us through. So, yeah. No worries. But that's really cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what do you want your life to look like when you're 80 years old and you're looking back. Very big picture.
Oh, I have no idea. I've not thought this far out. I don't think I've even thought out 30, if I'm completely honest.
That's okay.
Or 26. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the basics.
Yeah.
Insurance, retirement, all those things. Cool. And then, I don't know. I think I still hope that I'm as good with the Lord as I am now.
Amen. I hope you're even better with the Lord than you are now.
That's good. That's true. Yeah. That's a good word.
Dude, I've heard this recently, and it is older people are either really great or really bad.
Yeah.
And it's a product of being sanctified either in the Lord or in the world. Lord or world. God or world. Sorry. That was hard. Oh my goodness.
Love that.
Yeah. And so for someone who's being sanctified in God throughout their life,
yeah,
imagine like their character towards the end of their life versus someone who's lived like the world, what their life looks like at the end of it.
Yeah.
So
I have also noticed that at the Vision Clinic we have a lot of older people come in as well, and like it just is really one or the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And I'll see a lot of them will have like crosses or like Jesus shirts and things like that, which I think is awesome, but like yeah, you can definitely see it working there.
Yeah, just the vast difference in character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely have hope for you.
Thank
Being
you.
a sweet 80-year-old woman who loves Jesus. Yeah. Man. It's just crazy all the full circle stories that God has had through you.
So crazy.
Yeah. Also, I just want to thank you guys for being a constant support, either like financially or prayerfully, because honestly, you've had a direct influence and effect in Kaat's life by helping in the ministry. Because even your friend, who invited you to that Halloween party, like I got to meet her in a dance class years ago and spend time investing into her. And because of that investment in her has also led to an investment in you.
Yeah. And
God just knows all the trails and like where He's taking you. So yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, cool. I don't know, do you have any like final thoughts you want to share for the awesome people who are on my support team?
Thank you
for
supporting her. I feel like, I feel very blessed to have you as like my leader. Even though you're not like technically my leader, but I see you as my leader.
Thanks.
But yeah, I think I am very blessed, and I think I've learned a lot from you and like just watching you. And if I'm completely honest, I feel like you have helped me be very open to love again, and I think that's crazy. So thank you.
Thanks, Kaat. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you all have a really blessed day and enjoy the sunshine. And yeah, thank you, Kaat, so much for doing this and sharing your story with everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Peace out.